Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It is time for another less than or mediocre episode of Pair Excellence, where I pair cards together. Well, maybe this is par excellence. Maybe this is a fancy French video that you're watching. Could be, could be. I'm not saying it is. But if it's not, well then you chose to watch this video instead of the fancy French video. So is that on me? No. Think about it. Come on, man. All right, check this pair out. Check this pair out. Who is it? This bad boy, Dave and Adams, card, whatever the heck, Emporium or Planet or whatever the heck they have. This was like $50 or $49.75 on their website. The shipping was kind of on the high side. But I snapped this bad boy up. And living in Oregon, no tax. This is what we call one of those Burke Ross doubles. And we have got the Big Cat Johnny Mize. Oh, is that sweet? I mean, look at that rich color. Are there deals out there? We're talking $50. And then as a bonus, we got Billy Johnson, Yankee contributor. This dude was a beast in the 1943 World Series that the Yankees won. And then he contributed quite a bit in the 1947 as well. In an exceptional 5, Billy Johnson is card number 1-5. And Johnny Mize, card number 1-7. They both get on to the hit parade of champions as members of the 1950. Let's see. This is a 51. Well, it says 1951. I wonder if this was put out after they won the 51 World Series or after they won the 50 World Series. Maybe I should have done my research before starting to pontificate on such matters. All right, one more time on the Mize. Oh man, is that sweet or what? Oh, what is going on here? Don't worry, Mookie, I got you covered. Talk about totally amazing. We got the 51 Burke Ross Mize on the left, top left, and then on the right, the 52 Burke Ross Mize that I picked up at this year's National. Oh man, what a couple of amazing pickups. Really some sweet additions to my amazing collection. I mean, I guess you sort of could surmise that one was coming. So I picked this 7-Up for $42, and then I found the perfect color match for $51. Because of the same color. It's the exact same card. Actually, I could hardly tell the difference. Both out of $3.99. And, I guess it was just, I thought to myself, well, shoot, if the 7 was $42, I'm not going to let that 8.5 go cheap. Heck, I'll take that 8.5 for, not much more than the 7. Why not? And then I can always give away or sell the 7, although, they both look really, really nice to me. So I usually don't get dupes, but, I guess I got duped this time. No, I didn't get duped, man. These things are just stunning. I tell you what, I actually think, $50-ish bucks. Look how beautiful that is. 50-ish bucks for this? Wow, this feels like a fancy French video. Woohoo! Yep, out of $3.99 there. When you've got a pair like this, sometimes you kind of have to just go with the humble brag. Oh, 2 pair. Full house. So I already had this bad boy on the left here. I've had it for, a little while. I don't know, maybe a couple months, possibly. Blue Refractor, 2005 Finest in an Elite 8. Check that out. And that is out of $2.99. So super stoked to add that. And then I found the perfect partner for this card recently. Are you ready? I have not shown this before. And that is the Green Refractor out of $1.99. So in a minty 9, a minty green 9. Is that sweet? Is that sweet or what? There you go, the $1.99. Yeah, so I think these cards go really, really nicely together. And we're going to continue with some similar cards coming right up. I got this bad boy on the left for $35. Have not shown it before. The blue X-Fractor. I mean, I just think that is just wild. I love it. And 150 of these. And then I could not believe it. I think the seller wanted $47, and I offered $30 for the card on the right. I did not expect my offer to be accepted. $30. There's only 50 of these. The green X-Fractor. Check out that pair. I feel like I'm in the Matrix. Is that cool or what? Only 50 of these bad boys. This is the definition of a minty green right here. I just absolutely love it. Number 8 of 50. So yeah, you know what? I think what I'll do is I'll just kind of hold up. See if I can sort of move these a little bit closer together. There we go. We'll just kind of sort of hold these close by so we can just kind of, actually, I tell you what, let's do this. Let's show the blues. Now, I love them both, but I gotta say, I think that X-Fractor is extra special. And now let's go green. What do you think? Let's get these bad boys doing a little bit of refractoring. How sweet is that? So I got the magenta speckle refractor for $35. I've shown it before. And I tell you what, as soon as it came in the mail, I was in love. I was like, oh man, that is so sweet. I'm working on 62 variations, preferably all serial numbered, of this card to honor Judge's 62 home runs that year. This is out of 350. There we go. And then just recently I overpaid because another card came up and I was like, oh man, I got to have it. And the seller wanted $100, which I think was too much. And I ultimately, negotiated down to 75, which was probably still too much. But hey, I guess I lacked patience. I just really wanted this card. And you know what? 10 years from now, it will just make it clear that I overpaid. But guess what? If that's true, if it's not true, okay. But if that is true, I still got to have in my possession and enjoy for 10 years the glorious purple speckle refractor. I mean, wow. I mean, I don't know. Tell me what you think. You like this? You don't like it? Or you're like, oh yeah, I gotta have one. How many of you out there are like, oh yeah, I gotta have myself a purple speckle refractor? And how many of you are like, keep that thing the hell away from me? Show me some more vintage. I gotta get some vintage on here, don't I? All right. Yeah, check these out. And get that in there. There we go. I am super stoked. Super stoked. I don't know much, but I have a purple speckled Judge, and that may be all I need to know. All right, the card on the left, I have not shown before, came up at 150 or best offer, and I just hopped right on it. We got an agreement at 125. The 2022 Ben Baller Chrome. I don't know, maybe people aren't so stoked about these Ben Ballers, but I have been baller hogging them up. The gold refractor, I think they're really elegant. $125. And, again, just basically like a fancy French video. I mean, is that stunning or what? You can say or what if you want. 27 out of 50. And then went to the beach to celebrate my mom's 80th birthday. I believe it was last weekend. And while I was at the beach, a new listing came up. 125, I think, or best offer. Got a deal done quickly at 105. Ho, ho, ho. Ben Baller as well. This bad boy right here. Look at that. Look at that elegant green. Man. This is the chart reuse. I guess they had a chart and they were able to reuse it and get 15. This is out of 15. This is now my lowest serial numbered judge. 10 out of 15. They were able to get 15 refractors out of reusing the chart. That was one hell of a chart. Not a recycle, but a reuse. I mean, it's a good thing we have an expert that... Oh, wait. Chartreuse is a color. Anyway, moving on. These are back for an encore. I'm curious what you'd think. $105 for the one on the left, $125 for the one on the right. You think these will be worth more 10 years down the road? Will they even keep up with inflation? Will they be worth less? Curious what your thoughts are. For me, hey, I mean, if they're worth more, that would be cool for sure. I hope they won't be worth a lot less. But you know what? Even if they are, I will get the satisfaction out of having them. And I sort of take this approach with my cards. Some go up, some go down, or maybe they all will go down. Maybe they'll all go up. It ought to about average out. And, we have other, ways that we invest our money. So I don't really consider cards an investment per se. So more of a store of value that can go up or down. And so, hey, I get to enjoy them. I mean, if I sell one of these down the road and only get half my money back, well, the other half was the cost of enjoying having these cards. But I see myself holding these long term because I want to get to my 62 judges from 2022 with this image. Preferably at least 62 serial numbered that I like. I'll get them ungraded. I'll get them graded. Over time, I'd like to maybe have them all graded, but we'll see how it goes. Which image do you like better? Which picture? I mean, I really love them both, but I kind of think for me, I actually think I like the look. If I had to make a choice, I mean, I think they're both great, but I think I like the look of the 52 Bowman Mickey Mantle over the 52 Topps. Is this card sweet or what? I mean, look at that. Wow. I feel very blessed. And you got that authentic wax on the back. Oh, now we're talking for you vintage guys and maybe gals who hung around. You're being richly rewarded, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. We got the 52 Bowman Willie Mays. Talk about a pair of cards here. In a too good to be 2. I mean, that's a 2 going on 5. Well, here's the deal. In my humble opinion, the front looks like it could get a 5. And then the back, this was stuck into something, so you have just a little bit of, residue and then a little bit of paper loss. So the back, that makes it a technical 2. So it's a technical 2 that's too good to be 2 because I think this almost enhances the back. Just sort of has that vintage feel. And then the image on the front is just fantastic. So super stoked about that. What the heck? Let's do an encore on this bad boy. If you've looked at these, this one is really, really, really nice in terms of the visual appeal. Both of these are. So super stoked to have this pair. Can you guess the card behind the fancy French tissue? I'll give you a hint. It was my big pickup from my first national. It was in a PSA Authentic. And when I sent it to SGC just to see why it was authentic as opposed to a numerical grade, I was super stoked and super shocked. So we've got the 52, the complete 52 set. Well, I guess I don't have the Burke Ross and whatever else came out in 52, but we got the Bowman, we got the Topps. When I picked this bad boy out, again, I paid, I think really a nice price at the time. Probably has come down a little bit, but a nice price because I got it as a PSA Authentic. But I was comparing it to the ones, and the ones were all beat up that I was seeing at the National, and just the image and surface quality here and just the freshness, the sharpness won me over, and the price too, the price. So I was super stoked and still am super stoked to have what I consider to be a grail card. I mean, the 52 Topps Willie Mays. We talk about how the 52 Topps Mickey Mantle is out of range for most of us, not all of us, some in the community, and I'm, stoked for them, have that card. Maybe they bought it a long time ago, or they just, were able to trade up to it, or they just, have a higher budget, and that's awesome, man. That is awesome. But I tell you what, how about this card? 52 Topps, just about the most iconic set of all time, and we're talking about Willie Mays here. I mean, this card is still within reach for a lot of collectors if they save up, trade up. I know it's not cheap, but, like in a 1 grade, save up, trade up. It's a dream that can come true for so many collectors. And both of these cards, I think, are just grail cards, in my humble opinion. On the left, we have a tomato. On the right, a tomato. Now we have the tomato on the left. What are they? Might be a chartreuse. How did this card weaver its way in here? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The signed Earl Weaver. This is a gift from my friend Darren, a local collector. When 3 of us got together, the 3 of us, John, the 3D 80s kid, myself, and Darren, a local collector. I believe he had this signed in person back in the day. So thank you so much, Darren. Appreciate you, my collecting brother. All right, as many of you know, I'm seeking to get at least one Barry Bonds refractor that I like from each of his playing day years, and or more than one. Well, this bad boy on the left, I've shown it before. I buy it now at $1,000, which is insane. I managed to have a conversation with a seller and get it for $500. And, I think that's about the going price. That's a ton of money for a card, but these things are tough. And I just, I fell in love with it, and I'm super stoked to have it. I mean, I think it's just so beautiful. So beautiful. And I don't know how many of these there are, but there aren't that many. It says rare refractor, the power theme, and so they're not serial numbered, but they're tough. They are tough. Well, why am I showing you this? Well, because I love it and I wanted to show it again, and it pairs with another card. I'm showing it to you because what if you don't have, not everybody has $500 that they want to spend on a refractor for a certain year, or that they have to spend. That might be an awful lot of money for their collecting budget. It certainly was for me at one time, and I mean, it still is a good chunk of money for sure, but it's within my range to get some cards at that price at times. But there was certainly a time where that would have been, just practically out of reach. Well, you can get a 97 Barry Bonds refractor that's super sweet, and you don't have to spend $500. The one on the right I have not shown before. Just came in the mail, I think a few days ago. $71, won it at auction. Check this stunner out. So glorious. Whoa, look at that. I mean, did they do this right or what? Did they do this right or what? Check this out. I got to show this one off the 4th of July. Is that sweet? Wow. And there aren't that many of these either that are graded. I don't know. There might be, maybe there's plenty of these around to meet demand, but there aren't that many that are graded. And there's an added bonus here. Wow. An added bonus. I won this at eBay auction, but I won it from Jeff, Brian and Alan's dad. Brian, the high pop professor, and Alan from Iconic Baseball. They do the brothers duo. And so this came from their dad's collection. Look at these beauties. I'm super stoked to have both of them. All right, back to vintage. This might just be my favorite post-war vintage set. And we've been focusing on sluggers. And now, in honor of the Cleveland Indians that just moved on to the playoffs, and for those of you who were rooting for the Tigers, I'm sorry about your loss. But sometimes your team wins, sometimes they don't. So hang in there, maybe another year. On the left, I have shown this before, but you know what? I absolutely love 52 tops. I feel like I need to pick up another 52 tops. It's been a while since I added one. This was one of my, more recent purchases of a 52 tops, but I've had it for a while now. But is that a Sharp 3 or what? Is that a 3 Mendes 3 or what? Yeah, 52 tops. I mean, there's something about it. It's not just the design. It's, there's just something that's so nostalgic about the set. And that is a stunner right there. So again, in honor of the Indians, and, we've been doing sluggers, a couple of pitchers. This I've had for quite some time. I mean, this thing is absolutely insane. Insane. Look at that. We got kind of a color match going on with the label. It might have been at random, but it's still a color match. Look at that. The definition of glorious. By the way, if you think you see a little something there, I don't think that's on the card. I know you were worried about that. Yeah. This dude was one intimidating hombre. Is that a gem mint 10 back or what? Or a mint 9? Actually, both these cards, absolutely glorious. All right, back to the sluggers. So what can you get for 50-ish bucks these days? The card on the right, $55. Recent pickup. Card on the left, $52. Recent pickup. I have not shown either. Let's start on the left. The 99 Finest Barry Bonds refractor in a minty fresh 9. Actually, it's a gem. I think they got the grade wrong. Says it right there. Gems. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful card. Here's the deal. This one was $79 or best offer. The pictures were horrible. I think I can't remember if I don't think this one was pictured on PSA, but the pictures were, fuzzy, and it was in some old beat up, slab sleeve. and it'd been on the eBay merry-go-round for a while, and it's an old holder, and I thought, I'm just going to see if I can get this cheap. So I offered 50, and he came back with 60, and then I offered 55. And I think these are going for, sometimes maybe 50% more, or even, almost twice as much. So I feel like I got a great deal just because it was an older holder. The pictures were not great. It's not pictured on PSA, and, just nobody got excited about it. I thought, hey, I'll get that cheap rather than spending, maybe twice as much. And then on the right, another card I have not shown, $52. I tell you what, some of these All-Star refractors, I wonder if they get less love because they're not, the base refractor, they're the All-Star, but wow. That's a minty fresh 9. I mean, I really think they did this one up right. Is that a sweet card or what? Wow. I mean, look at that. Look at that. I guess you are. Not serial numbered. Quote unquote, just an all-star refractor, but this is an all-star refractor if I have ever seen one. I mean, that is absolutely glorious. All right, so these last two cards I have shown before, but it's been a while, and I'm showing them in honor of that storied, historic franchise, the Dodgers, and in honor of the fact that they just moved on in the 2024 Major League Baseball playoffs. The Duke, in a fantastic 5. Some people don't care for the olive green. I love it, and I tell you what, that look on his face kind of sort of, in a way, sort of reminds me of 52 Topps Mickey Mantle in a way, as far as the look on his face, just kind of that, contemplative look. This dude, I don't think anybody hit more home runs in the 1950s. This guy was a World Series beast, just a beast. 42 home runs in 1952, 126 RBIs, 336 batting average. Insane. Hit 320 in the 1953 World Series. Such a beautiful card. And the card on the right, again, that I've shown before, I picked this up some time ago, $100. It was like a dealer put it on eBay, and I was like, that's a deal to me. Maybe that's why he's a dealer. The 52 Topps. Isn't it just crazy? Crazy. The 52 Topps mantle or maze, you'll pay up the wazoo, whatever the heck that means. Maybe I don't want to know. But, I think I got a steal on this. But even if you double the price, maybe this can be had for 150 or 200, or I don't know exactly, 100 to 200, whatever it is. Seems like a deal to me. We're talking about one of the 3 New York center fielders from the golden era of baseball, and 1952 Topps seems like a heck of a deal to me. This is the black back, I think. Yeah, this one comes in a red back as well because they denote the black back on the slab. All right, let me turn this camera around. All right. Thank you, everyone, for sharing in my joy. I hope you had a wonderful and peaceful time in the Vintage Sanctuary. Take care, my friends.